Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to Zoot Sports Talk as we bring you the NFL playoffs straight up with no twists. And we'll be watching along with the big game here on the Saturday night, getting cozy on the couch in the frigid air. The Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots square off for the third time this year. And should be an interesting one. Frigid temperatures. Josh Allen in a big spot. Mac Jones, the rookie, trying to get what is a pretty elusive target, a rookie winning a playoff game. So we'll see all about that. About 14 minutes or so until kickoff. And obviously, the NFL playoffs got off to a very good start as the first game of the day between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals has just commenced. And the Bengals hang on, a wacky game, a game where it seemed like the Bengals were in control the entire time. But lo and behold, they had to come up with a defensive stance at the end to prevent a potential tie. I was talking to one of my friends during the game at the end there, and I was saying, if you're the Raiders and you get in the end zone here, do you go for two? And I don't think that would have happened. That would have been the ballsiest call of all time. But obviously, the defensive stop does not make it happen. And right off the bat, one of my predictions for this weekend has gone astray. Now, I predicted that the Bengals were going to lose. I predicted the Bengals were going to lose their first playoff game before I even knew who they were going to play because I didn't like the idea of Joe Burrow announcing so quickly after they clinched the AFC the division rather, that he was not going to play in that final week. So, I did say to myself when they drew the Raiders in the first round that I liked that matchup for them, but I had to stick to my guns. And Joe Burrow and the Bengals proved me wrong. They get their first playoff win since 1990. Jamar Chase was a big factor in the game as well. The defense was a big factor. And unfortunately, the referees were a big factor in this game as well. Hopefully, the Stripes have a better night tonight because they didn't have a good game. And there's going to be a lot of talk about the officiating in that first game. But Joe Burrow proves me wrong, and he's on his way of becoming one of the best quarterbacks in Bengals history. He has a chance, I think, to be considered, when it's all said and done, the best quarterback in the franchise's history. I posted about that on my Facebook page, Suits Sports Talk. Right now, I think you got to consider Ken Anderson as the best quarterback in Bills history, even though Boomer Esiason does have one more playoff win than him. Both Boomer and Ken Anderson went to a Super Bowl and lost to the Niners by a close margin both times. But I think Ken Anderson is clearly the better quarterback overall. He A lot of people think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. But Joe Burrow has a chance to be the special one, the one to do something that no other quarterback has done for the Cincinnati Bengals. Not sure if that's going to happen this year, but I will make a bold prediction and say I think when it's all said and done, even if they don't get a Super Bowl win out of him, Joe Burrow is going to have more playoff wins than any other Bengals quarterback. I mean, Anderson only has two, Esiason has three. Andy Dalton was 0-4 in the playoffs. So Joe Burrow certainly has a chance if he does go all the way this year. That would mean 4 playoff wins, and he would surpass them in 1 year. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Bengals barely hung on to win a game that they were in total control in. So let's see what happens for them next week. We still have to find out who their opponent will be. But right now, tonight, it's all about the Bills and the Patriots, a division matchup in the playoffs. Not unique. What is unique is Mac Jones as a rookie going for the Bills, the only rookie in the playoffs, and just doesn't. It's very hard for rookies to win, and he's going to be on the road in a frigid spot. I think they're going to have to throw the ball more than 3 times, which is what Mac Jones was asked to do when they beat the Bills the first time. A heavy dose of the running game by Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and Mac Jones only had to throw 3 passes, and they beat the Bills. But then Josh Allen and the Bills got it going a little bit, and then they got their running game going a little bit in the rematch. And Mac Jones and the Patriots have been a little shaky down the stretch. Mac Jones is a good quarterback when he's being efficient. Uh, you know, when he has to take over the game and throw a bunch of times, and I don't know if that's going to be the case tonight. I don't know if he's ever going to be the big gunslinger type. He's known for being an accurate passer, but we'll see. It's very rare for rookies to even get playoff starts, so at least he's gotten that under his belt. And I go back to one of the biggest rookies of all time at the quarterback position, Dan Marino. And Dan Marino made the playoffs in 1983 as a rookie and lost to the Seattle Seahawks in his first game as a rookie. But we'll see. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the start of this game. Alrighty, we are back. Kickoff will be in a few minutes between the Buffalo Bills, the number three seed in the AFC, and the New England Patriots, the number six seed in the AFC. And they're billing this one, the NFL, a super wild card weekend. And, there ain't not quite anything like the NFL playoffs. It's the most intense dynamic in professional team sports because it has the one and done aspect to it, unlike most other sports. I mean, maybe you get a one game wild card playoff in baseball, but typically it's not one and done like it is in the NFL every single time. And there are more playoff games than ever before in this playoff weekend. Same case as last year, but last year was a little different because of the pandemic and the lack of fans in a lot of the stadiums. No stadium was at full capacity. Obviously, the pandemic is still a big problem, but for now, all stadiums are going full capacity, and the Bills Mafia will be on display this evening. And might as well get my other predictions out of the way for this opening weekend. I did predict Buffalo to win. Today I'm already 0-1, so hopefully Buffalo gets me a victory. I Tomorrow I have the Buccaneers, I have the 49ers, and I like the Steelers in an upset only if the rookie running back Najee Harris is healthy and could do some damage. If not, then I imagine Kansas City would win, and I like the Rams on Monday night. So those are the games. But Other than the Buccaneers over the Eagles, I think I could be wrong every time. I'm pretty sure that the Eagles have no chance against the Buccaneers. So we'll see what happens. I would be jumping off of my couch if the Eagles could pull off the upset. And I'm a Washington fan. I have no love for the Philadelphia Eagles, but I don't want to see Brady in the Super Bowl again. I mean, we've had enough of this guy. But hey, I think he's going to win. I think he'll have a good chance to get to the Super Bowl again. But I think this week will be one of his easiest playoff games in quite a while. I can't see the Eagles doing anything. The one strength they have is running the ball, and Tampa Bay has a pretty good run defense. Tonight's game, I mean, it's all about when you play, right? Obviously, there was a time where the Bills weren't looking so good, and the Patriots were looking a little bit better with the rookie Jones. And the last few weeks of the season, it looked like Josh Allen and the Bills and the running game and the defense, everything seemed to be gelling a little bit better for Buffalo, while the Patriots were a little shaky in the last few weeks of the season. Patriots, they look like world beaters at the beginning of the season. Then they got it going in the middle of the season, and they finished poorly. So we'll see what they do tonight. And obviously, playing in Buffalo at night, especially what the weather is like today on the East Coast, and they just flashed up that feels the temperature is 7 degrees in Orchard Park, and it feels like -5. So that's obviously going to affect the game. I mean, both these teams, especially Buffalo, right? They should be used to playing in cold weather. You don't know what kind of effect. Mac Jones is the interesting one, right? I don't watch a lot of college football, but I would imagine that Mac Jones did not have to play in a lot of cold weather games. I mean, I think it's safe to say that if this is not the coldest game that he's played, and it's definitely in the top two or three, and we'll see what happens. Both teams will probably have to make adjustments based on this frigid temperature, and they're showing the Bills Mafia all pumped up and ready to go. And we're going to have the opening kickoff here on Zoot Sports Talk in just about, I would say, less than 10 seconds. But it feels like -5 degrees. Imagine that. Smoke is coming out of everywhere. Belichick's all bundled up. Look at him. But should be a fun game. Doesn't look like. I mean, I don't know about the wind. I didn't see what the wind is, but we'll see what happens. The Bills will get the ball first on offense. and they take the kickoff. It's a returnable kick, and they get past the 30, and it looks like a ball scattered out, but went out of bounds. So Buffalo will retain possession at about the 31-yard line. So opening kickoff, and you wonder, how field goals are going to be affected in this game as well. But here comes Josh Allen leading Buffalo. They got all the way to the AFC Championship game last year, went down to Kansas City. A lot of people were thinking that this was the Bills' year, and they had a good year, but I think they took a little bit of a step backwards from last year. Let's see what they do in the playoffs. Allen is going to start off out of the shotgun and throws a nice pass to, I believe that's Diggs. Remember Allen? Yep, it is Diggs. Calls to a first down. Allen and Diggs were a tremendous combination last year. This year they didn't have as many big super games, but obviously both are fantastic. Diggs going to another Pro Bowl and gets 9 yards on that first catch. 2nd and 1. Allen out of the shotgun again. They're looking to draw first blood here in this playoff game. And they hand it off to the running back, and he powers forward for the first down and a couple of yards after the first down. So new set of downs for the Buffalo Bills. And you want to control everything, right, in these playoff games, right? But when you have a rookie on the other side of things, you want to put the pressure on. You want to get points early. When you get the ball first, you got to do something. You have to at least establish the field position game, and with the good kick return, Buffalo's at least in a good position to own field position. But right now they're thinking about moving the chains. First down, Allen calling signals, is out of the shotgun again. New England does not blitz, little screen pass to the running back, and he gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So first good defensive play by New England. That's going to be a loss of yardage, and it's going to be 2nd down. Actually, they said he did get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. It looked to me like he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, so it looks like Buffalo got a favorable spot. Nevertheless, 2nd and 10. Allen again out of the shotgun. One man in the backfield with him. He has it. He has good protection. Now pressure coming in late. Allen can scramble. We all can run, and he runs for the first down, and then some big 2nd down run by Josh Allen. Allen is a beast, but he can also kill you with his legs, which makes him a nightmare. Huge run. Let's see where he steps out. He steps out around the 28, the 38 yard line. They're close to the 30. Close to, looks like they're a couple of yards shy of the 30-yard line. So they're marching forward. Allen out of the shotgun again, fakes a handoff, scrambles to his right. Now he goes back on the center and he throws a pass that nobody has a chance to catch. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. And you can see the smoke coming out of everybody's mouth. It is cold as you know what in this stadium. But right now, the Bills have a good opening drive going. Another 2nd and 10. Allen has taken every snap out of the shotgun early on, and he's out of the shotgun again. Man in motion. Let's see if he goes back to Diggs. He has some time. He throws it out to the sideline. Short screen pass and good yards after the catch for number 19. So it's going to be 3rd and short. So important 3rd down coming up here for the Bills. And obviously for the Patriots defense, they're going to call 3rd and 3. Let's see what Belichick does. Everybody always, wants to see. Everybody always knows Belichick's going to be prepared. He's going to have his team prepared but he's the underdog in this game nonetheless. Out of the shotgun again, 3rd and 3. Patriots showing blitz. They back off, and Allen tries to keep it himself, and he gets the first down and then some. He's past the 10-yard line. Again, Josh Allen does it on the ground. He's just so dangerous. Quarterback keeper all the way, and he gets the first down. Now, looks like it's goal territory, right? It looks like this is going to be 1st and goal, or did he get stopped? No, it is 1st and goal. So Patriots have to step it up. Josh Allen is knocking on the door. He already has 41 rushing yards, and this is the opening drive. Handoff now to the running back. He gets about a yard. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. You know, if you look at all the quarterbacks that are in the playoffs, with the exception of Kyler Murray, I don't think there's anybody more dangerous as a double threat at quarterback with running and passing. Lamar Jackson's not here. 2nd and goal out of the shotgun. Let's see what they dial up. They fake the handoff. Allen looking for somebody. Doesn't seem to have anybody open. He's scrambling now, and he looks like he's just going to throw it out of bounds. No, he throws it to the tight end, and it looks like it is a touchdown. They tricked me on that one. Is that Knox? Knock, knock, knocks on heaven's door right there. Looked like Dawson Knox with the touchdown. It looked like he was going to throw it away. Somehow Knox got it, and it looks like he has 2 feet in bounds, back of the end zone. I mean, I'm not sure if that was intentional. I think Allen was just trying to toss it away, and Dawson Knox happened to be at the back of the end zone and made a spectacular catch. So good opening drive by Buffalo. I haven't seen anything on the replay that makes you think they're going to overturn this. I'm sure if you ask Josh Allen, he's going to say, oh, yeah, I read that all the way. Let's see. The official's about to make an announcement. I can't hear what's going on, but it definitely looks like the touchdown is true. Now we'll see about the extra point. And they line up for the extra point. And it is barely good. That was a shaky extra point, but it's an extra point nonetheless. And Buffalo puts the pressure on the rookie early and goes out to a 7-0 lead. Josh Allen was the boss on that opening drive. One pass to Diggs, then he did a lot of it on his own with the legs. And then obviously the big catch by the tight end, Knox in the back of the end zone to polish it off. 7-0 early on for Buffalo. Certainly didn't look like the cold weather bothered them in terms of moving the ball. A lot of short stuff. Allen wasn't really throwing the ball downfield, but he didn't have to. A lot of pressure on this Buffalo Bills team. I mean, when they lost that championship game last year, they didn't even care what happened in the Super Bowl. They already fast forwarded to September of 2021. They wanted the season to start. Their fans wanted the season to start. And they had the mentality of Super Bowl or bust. And they probably still do, but they probably were expecting to have the weekend off. I think a lot of people thought the Bills were, along with the Kansas City Chiefs, the odds-on favorite to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. And obviously, that privilege belonged to the Tennessee Titans as they're sitting home wondering who they're going to play. As far as the New England Patriots go, Belichick immediately went to work and they immediately got aggressive in the free agency after not making the playoffs. Not only did they not make the playoffs, they watched Tom Brady get drunk off his ass on a boat after the Tampa Bay Buccaneers celebrated their Super Bowl victory. Belichick was grinding his teeth there. And of course, everybody went on to say, see, it was all Tom Brady. Belichick is garbage without Brady. He obviously won that battle. But then you see the guy get to the playoffs, battle for a division title with a rookie quarterback. So I don't think Bill Belichick ever forgot how to be a good coach. Obviously, he's won some Super Bowls as a defensive coordinator with the Giants. He was the defensive coordinator when Parcells got to the Super Bowl with the Patriots via Drew Bledsoe. Obviously, they lost. He had some success when he was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, once he married Brady, he really went off the chain. But for anybody to suggest that it was all Tom Brady after one season, eh, what else could I say? But here we go. If Bill Belichick wants to continue his legacy, tonight would be a good night to do so by winning a playoff game in a hostile atmosphere with a rookie quarterback. And the Patriots do not get off to a good start on this opening drive. They're going to start with poor field position. Looks like they're inside the 10. And I was trying, as I was looking forward to this game, I was trying to think of, I already mentioned Marino in '83. I was trying to think of what rookie quarterbacks made a big impact in the playoffs. And right off the bat, Mac Jones hands it off, and they only get a couple on the run. They're at about the 12-yard line now. And I know Lamar Jackson made the playoffs as a rookie, but he lost as well. I was trying to think of others. I really didn't go back and look. Off the top of my head, those are the two big ones that stick out, Marino and Lamar Jackson, and they both lost. So here's Mac Jones out of the shotgun, 2nd and 8. Bills coming with a blitz. Patriots read the blitz pretty well, and Mac Jones makes a completion for a first down. So good start there for the Patriots to get a little breathing room after the bad kick return. Good protection on the blitz. Jones hits Bourne for the first down. Obviously, Mac Jones has had a hell of a lot of success as a college quarterback. And here he is now. He's under center. A little bit of a big package here for the Patriots. And it is a play action pass, but everything stopped because we have some laundry on the field. It looks like it's going to be a flag, false start against the Patriots. Pre-snap penalties. That's another big thing about having home field advantage and having a capacity crowd. They could impact the game with false start penalties. In the Bengals Raiders game, the Raiders were hit with a lot of pre-snap penalties, especially early in that game. So that one is going to make it a 1st and 15. Patriots are going the wrong way. 1st and 15. Jones on the center, still in a big package. 2 men in the backfield for New England. Pitch to the running back. He gets some good blocking, but the collapses quickly, and they get maybe a yard. It's going to be 2nd down. So that 5-yard penalty changes the scope of this drive immensely. So now we're looking at 2nd and 14. Does Belichick keep it conservative with the rookie quarterback? Bad field position, long down yardage, but here comes Jones out of the shotgun. Bills showing blitz again. but they back off. Jones has some time. He throws to the side, incomplete. It's going to be third and long. So what do you do here? Third and 14. Obviously, you don't want to punt it, but you got to know at the same time the odds on getting a third and 14 are very low. Let's see what they do. Jones out of the shotgun. Man in motion. Bills don't look like they're going to blitz, but they might, they back off. Pressure is coming nonetheless. Jones on the run, and he finds a wide open receiver. I think that's Henry, the big tight end. Yep, Hunter Henry with a big first down catch. So two big throws for Mac Jones on this drive. The rookie seems poised. Obviously he's played in big games in college, but everybody will tell you the speed of the game and the level of sophistication is a lot higher in the NFL. But right now, Jones has made two nice throws out of the shotgun. First and 10, Bills right at the 50-yard line. Sorry, Patriots rather, right at the 50-yard line. Has some time. He's going downfield long. Oh, drop pass. Number 25. He's going to be killing himself. Is that the rookie Bolden? Wide open, perfect throw. Yep, it was Bolden, and he dropped it. You're gonna be on Bill Belichick's you know what list. Couldn't have drew it up any better than that, and Bolden just dropped the ball. And Belichick's literally scratching his head. Tough one there for the Patriots. Second and 10. Now Jones on the center. Three wide receivers, one man in the backfield. He drops back, and another dropped pass. That time it looked like it bounced off of one Patriot into the other's hands, and it could have been a catch off the deflection, but it was dropped again. So that's something the stat sheet won't tell you. It'll look like two incomplete passes for Mac Jones, but both cases he delivered the throw that he had to. Now it's third and 10. Big play coming up here. The Bills load up the box, but now they back off. Pressure coming in late. Jones is scrambling. He's being chased from behind, and he has a beat on the first down. So Mac Jones says it's not going to be about Josh Allen all day with his running prowess. I could get some yards with my legs as well. And again, this does not look like a rookie. Mac Jones, poised, gets away from the pressure, tucks the ball in like a running back, and he runs for that first down. This is going to be a good one based on these first two drives. First and 10, Jones out of the shotgun. Has protection. He's going all the way to the end zone. He has a man, and it is intercepted. Interception in the end zone for Buffalo. Wow. It looked like he had him, and then the defender came in. Let's see. Ooh, he just needed to lead the receiver a little bit more. It was a little bit underthrown for Aguilar, and it was a great defensive play. Wow. Buffalo's D coming up big there. 7-0. We're still in the first quarter, and I'm already exhausted. So now the Patriots got to come up with the defensive goods. Unfortunate drive if you're a Patriots fan. Mac Jones delivered a perfect pass to Bolden that would have put them in the red zone and would have obviously changed the scope of that drive. But that interception was on Jones. If he would have led Aguilar a little bit, he would have had an easy 6. But you see, I mean, you see early on that they're not afraid to go downfield with the rookie. But now it's all about the defense. And obviously, going into the draft, there were a lot of rookies being sought out, and Mac Jones was not the top rookie. Obviously, that went to Trevor Lawrence. But then you also had Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. All were probably considered higher on the list than Mr. Jones. Mac Jones is the only one still playing ball. So we're waiting for the commercial break to commence and see what Buffalo does with that turnover. Big, big, big play. Interceptions in the end zone. That is rough. And here comes Buffalo. Mac Jones, the 15th pick in the draft. Now he's got to hope his defense bails him out. Josh Allen once again out of the shotgun. He has time, and now he's going downfield, and he hits Knox again for a big first round throw. Dawson Knox with 2 big catches now. Obviously, the touchdown and this one to give the Bills great field position. He was wide open, too. First and 10, Buffalo 5:05 left in this first quarter. Allen out of the shotgun. Quick pass out to Diggs. Not much there. Was it even complete? It looks like it was complete. Maybe 3 yards. Probably 2 yards on that one. Second and 8. The Patriots probably planned for heavy attention on Mr. Diggs. We're not going to let this guy beat us. But Josh Allen can go to other weapons, and he has already in this game. Second and 8 for Buffalo. Still in the first quarter. There's a handoff out of the shotgun, and Buffalo has good blocking and close to the first down. Buffalo started getting their running game going a little bit more. That was McKenzie on the run. They were doing a lot of running towards the end of the year with Singletary. And that run gives them a much more makeable 3rd and 1. Buffalo's one of those teams where if they don't at least make it to the Super Bowl, it's a failed season. Out of the shotgun, another handoff to the running back. This time I think it is Singletary, and he gets the first down. And a few yards after that. So a new set of downs for Buffalo. Trying to see who the runner was. But it was another handoff out of the shotgun. And that time it was Singletary with the first down run. Here comes play action pass for Allen, and this time this pass is deflected. Incomplete pass for Josh Allen. Ball at around the 41-yard line. In New England territory already. Belichick looks cold, man. Second and 10 out of the shotgun. No, this time Allen under center. Play action pass. Pressure coming. Allen gets rid of it. Good catch downfield. Is that Gerald Davis that time? No, it's McKenzie. McKenzie making a big impact. Another big first round throw by Josh Allen. Josh Allen needs to have a big playoffs. Let's face it. I mean, even though the Bills won the division, had a good record, Josh Allen didn't have the lights out monster season people were expecting from him. I mean, he played in a game where they only scored 6 points against the Jaguars this year. So he's on his way for some big numbers in this game. He needs to keep it going. Out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, quick pass to Diggs, but it's incomplete. It's going to be second and 10. Right? And the AFC, I think the other team you got to feel is a failed season if they don't at least get to the Super Bowl as the Chiefs, simply because they were expected to get there. Over in the NFC, clearly, especially now, the Packers, their season's a failure if they don't make the Super Bowl. And obviously the Rams, with everything they gave up for Stafford, if they don't at least get to the Super Bowl, which is in their own stadium, it's a failed season. Second and 10, good completion to Diggs. Going to be a few yards shy of the first down, but now it's going to be a much more manageable third down for Allen. That was an out pattern. They're going to be about 2-3 yards shy of the first down, depending on the spot. Oh, they call it 4 yards shy. Oh, it looks like he got pushed out of bounds there. Third and four, still much more manageable. In the red zone now is Buffalo. Minute 25 to go in this first quarter. Allen with the draw, and he barrels forward for another first down. So he's clicking on all cylinders with his passing game. And on third and four, he just takes it and runs right up the middle to get the first down. He's that kind of a player. I mean, if you're one of those people that were on the Bills bandwagon and calling for the Bills to win it all, number 17 is the major reason why. Can he be the first quarterback since Jack Kemp to bring us a Super Bowl, a championship rather, home to Buffalo? And there's another touchdown pass. Another one to Dawson Knox, the big tight end, having a big first quarter. Two touchdown passes now. This one off of an interception in the end zone. Allen marches all the way downfield. And barring the extra point, Belichick and the rookie are going to find themselves down 2 touchdowns early. Is it going to be 13 points or is it going to be 14 points? This might be the best quarter of the season for Josh Allen. I don't think I'm overstating when I say that. Extra point is good. Not as much drama that time. That was a much better extra point if you worry about those kind of things. And number 17 is pumped up. Don't tell me about no -5 degrees. I'm on fire. Now what do you do? Right? You can't go back and just say, well, if this would have happened, if Bolden would have caught it, yeah, sure. but that's not what happened. So now, what do? If you're the Patriots, you got to get a good drive going. How do you start it off? What's going to happen with the field position? We'll see all that in a few. Well, so much for this being a conservative, run heavy, smash mouth type of game so far. Both teams have opened it up. And right now, the Bills are the beneficiary, and they have a 14 to nothing lead. This is only going to be the second drive for the Patriots in this game, as we're still in the first quarter. But a lot of the focus was on the weather. And right now, other than the everybody looking like Godzilla with the smoke coming out of their mouths, the frigid temperatures are not much of a factor. Looking at it from a perspective of the way I am, guys are throwing out of the shotgun. I don't think the drop pass by Bolden had anything to do with the frigid temperatures. He just dropped it. I haven't seen anybody's passes go awry because it's windy or it's too cold to throw the ball. Both quarterbacks have been on from my perspective, especially Allen. Let's see what Jones does. 40 seconds to go in this first period. Kick off will not be returnable. Patriots kneel it down in the end zone, and they will start on the 25-yard line. Tough drive for the Patriots. Big drop, interception in the end zone, and then your defense is no help. They give up the 7 points. Mac Jones now under center, two men in the backfield for New England. Late handoff, good first down run. 2nd and 4, I would say. That might be the last play. 2nd and 6. He only got 4 on that? Boy, oh boy, I'm terrible at this. 2nd and 6, big package for New England. Are they going to snap it before the quarter end? No. Well, there's a big package. No, wait a minute. Jones added a shotgun. No. Quarter expires. So that's it. End of the first quarter. Buffalo up 14 to nothing here in this super wild card weekend. New England definitely needs a good drive here. And how many people can you recognize in my slideshow? I think everybody knows who that is. There's the representation of the Bills Mafia. I thought that was cool. Who that? How about him? Went way back with those first two guys. The other number 56. Everybody remember him? And after that, I think everybody knows who this guy is. No mystery there. I couldn't resist that picture. Now for some Bills, had to throw OJ in there, regardless. OJ, I mean, it's the face of the Bills, no? Who's that guy? One of my favorite Buffalo Bills from the 80s. I would assume most people know number 34. If you don't know who that is, I don't know what you're doing watching. And then, obviously, we take care of some of our players who are playing for the Buffalo Bills now. So yeah, Jack Kemp. I don't have a picture of Jack Kemp, but is the only Buffalo Bills quarterback to actually win a championship for Buffalo. Albeit it was the AFL title, a little bit different, but the championship nonetheless for that town. Great football town. They always back their team, and they're off to a tremendous start. Mac Jones out of the shotgun, I formation, hand off to 37, gets a couple, call it 2 yards. It's going to be third down. And they're showing some of the coldest games. The 1967 NFL Championship, minus 48 with the wind chill. 1981 AFC Championship, minus 59 with the wind chill. Dan Fouts had no idea what to do in that cold weather against the Bengals. 3rd and 3 now. Still on the center, out of the eye. Big formation. Pitch to the running back. The Bills are on it, but the nice turn gets close to the first down, but I think he's going to be short. I don't think they're going to give it to him. We'll see. So, yeah, I mean, that 1981 AFC Championship game, minus 9 degrees, minus 59 with the wind chill. And it's going to be 4th and 1, and New England will have to punt. Obviously, the Ice Bowl in 1967, according to the numbers, was not as cold with the wind chill factor. But since it was in 1967, you can't say that the 1981 one was colder. They always have to go with the old time stuff, right? But I mean, how could you deny minus 59 with the wind chill? I mean, minus 48 with the wind chill in the ice bowl. Obviously, do you even have a right to say one was colder than the other? And that 1981 championship game, that was interesting because San Diego, they were a super team in the late 70s, early 80s, and they could never get to the Super Bowl. In 79, they were upset by the Houston Oilers when Houston Oilers had nobody on offense. I mean, Earl Campbell was out, Pastorini was out. But the story goes that they were the early billet cheats, right? They figured out a way to cheat and record foul. I don't know, remember exactly, but I know Fouts threw a lot of interceptions, and it came out that there was some, uh, a little faux pas there with the way the Oilers were able to read the plays, a little early cheating, so to speak. Then in 1980, San Diego's at home in the championship game, and they lose to Plunkett and the Raiders. And then in 1981, they got to go to Cincinnati in minus 59 degrees. Sorry, 81. But what if that game was in San Diego? Would Cincinnati still win? We lost out on a Chargers 49ers, a Montana Fouts Super Bowl. But Fouts, the next year, they lost to the Dolphins. The David Woodley and the Dolphins beat Fouts. So four straight failed playoff appearances for Fouts, twice losing championship games. But that 1981, the Fridge Bowl, they called it, I think, or something like that. Obviously, the Ice Bowl in '67 between the Packers and the Cowboys is the one that's really gone down in history. This one not quite as cold, but just as important, especially to everybody involved in it. And here we go again. Patriots need a stop. Josh Allen out of the shotgun this one. Quick pass, incomplete. They're saying with the wind chill in this one is -6. So that's child's play compared to -59, isn't it? But and we'll see what tomorrow's weather brings us. I know it was snowing in Kansas City today. See what happens in that game. That they don't play until the night tomorrow night. Buccaneers should have no problems with weather unless there's any rain in the forecast. And I don't anticipate any weather problems in Dallas or in the Rams game Monday night. We're looking at third down now for Buffalo. Big play here early in this second quarter. 3rd and 1. Obviously, the percentages are in favor of the Bills making it. Singletary, lone man in the backfield. Allen under center. Big jumbo formation. Handoff to Singletary, and he does get it. Nifty running. Doesn't get much after that, but he didn't need to get much after that. They moved the chains. Buffalo on the move. And if you're a fan of good films, good independent films, Buffalo 66 was an amazing one that had to do with exactly what you think it had to do with. Here comes Allen again under center. Taking their time now, trying to establish the ground game with a 2-touchdown lead. Play action pass. Allen goes over the middle. Completion. Who's the return? Singletary for about 5 yards. Let's see how close that comes. It's going to be second down nonetheless. So fake handoff, fake reverse, and then Allen hits Singletary for a short pass. Not much of a gain after the catch, and there is a flag on the play. Let's check that flag. It's going to be against the Patriots. So it's going to be first down, illegal contact. They gave Knox a little shove, and you're going to get flagged for that one every time. So automatic first down here. 11:40 to go, second quarter. Buffalo in the driver's seat. Allen out of the shotgun. Has lots of time. Throws over the middle. Nice catch, number 13. First down. Josh Allen continues to roll in this one. Offensive line doing a good job of protecting him. And that is Gabriel Davis, who's come on late. Obviously, Diggs is the number one option. Knox has been huge in this game. Davis can be another weapon, and you saw him right there. Allen under center, play action pass, looking to go downfield. Now he takes off, breaks a tackle, gets close to the first down marker. Going to be short about a yard and a half. Good decision there. Allen didn't like what he saw, so he just took off. He didn't force it. If you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you could have not asked for a better start. Still a long way to go, but you could have not asked for a better start. Allen asking for quiet, goes under center. 10 minutes to go in this first half. 2nd and 2. Hands off to Singletary. He breaks a couple of tackles. Short of the first down, but made a little bit of something out of it. And there is another flag on the play. So let's check the flag before we talk about what our downage is. And one of the reasons why the Bills were not as dominant as people thought is because they had no running game. And the flag is against New England again. Face mask. Oh, that's going to be another first down. Well, everything's going Buffalo's way, even the laundry. Bills is slowing things down. They're huddling up, and they're in the red zone. First and 10 for Buffalo. Shotgun formation, empty backfield now. 5 wide. There's a timeout. New England called the timeout. Belichick didn't like that formation, wants to talk about it. Who was your team on this super wild card weekend? Is your team still alive? A lot of teams at home, obviously. My Washington football team. No surprise there. By Halloween, I knew they weren't making the playoffs. Buffalo, the only game in town in New York, only New York team in the playoffs. Giants and the Jets, pathetic. And how bad is it? At the end of the season, you had to consider that the Jets, as bad as they are, were probably in a better position than the Giants. Giants are pathetic. Handoff now to Singletary out of the shotgun. They get about 3 yards. Going to be second down. Joe Judge was a big-ass clown. Daniel Jones was terrible to begin with, and he couldn't even stay healthy. They had absolutely nothing. Saquon Barkley's a joke. The Giants, I mean, they probably have the most uninteresting quarterback situation in all of the NFL. There's a handoff out of the shotgun. Singletary gets down inside the 5. Big power running for Singletary. So Buffalo showcasing everything in his first half. And there were times in the season where you didn't even think Buffalo was going to get it done. I mentioned that they lost to the Jaguars 9-6. They lost the game to the Patriots where Mac Jones only had to throw three passes. Three pass attempts and they win the game. But here's Buffalo looking to put a big stamp on this game early. First and goal, another handoff to Singletary. He's short of the goal line. Second and goal coming up. They're about a yard away. And the clock is ticking. Everything's working. Right now, New England needs something. They need a big turnover. It's happened plenty of times in this position on the field. And here comes Allen out of the shotgun. Second and goal. Ball on the 3-yard line. Another handoff to Singletary. This time it looks like he's going to get in for the touchdown. They didn't signal it yet, but I think he was in. Touchdown. Number 26, Devin Singletary. 20-0 Buffalo. Another perfect drive by Josh Allen. He made some big passes, he made some big runs, and he got the running game involved with Singletary. 10 plays, 81 yards for Buffalo on that drive. That was a championship drive by the Bills. The playoffs are a new season in the NFL, and these Buffalo Bill teams looks like a new team right now. Don't go away yet, though. There's still plenty of time. And in the first game of this NFL playoff weekend, the Cincinnati Bengals looked like they were in control of the entire game. And the Raiders damn near tied it at the very end. Albeit, I don't think the Bengals were ever ahead by 20 points as Buffalo is. But hey, got to try and sell it somehow, right? Yeah, so New York football, I've never been a New York football fan. That's why I became a Washington fan back in the day. Loved Joe Theismann and Riggins and then Monk and all those guys. And when I started watching football, the Giants were definitely already in New Jersey. I think the Jets were. I can't remember. Circa 80-ish is when I started really getting into football. 1980. Were the Jets still at Shea Stadium? 1980? They might have been. I don't remember. The biggest thing I remember about the Jets as a kid was them losing that championship game with Richard Todd against the Dolphins. And the Giants, Phil Simms was just getting underway. So was Lawrence Taylor. They had Rob Carpenter as a running back. But I thought they were both garbage. And the fact that they didn't even play, they played in Jersey and they called themselves the New York Giants. What a joke. How have they been able to get away with that all these years? Big blew my ass. But obviously, they've won a lot of Super Bowls. They've had a lot of success. Not in the last 5 years or so. But right now, it is clear the Buffalo Bills are the best team in New York. And the New York Football Giants are the team that the future for them is bleak. At least with Wilson and the Jets, they showed a little bit of something at the end there. Wilson showed a little bit of a development at the end of the season. And here you have the Buffalo Bills getting to the championship game, an extra point away from being 21 nothing lead against Bill Belichick in the playoffs. And as far as the tri-state area goes, the Buffalo Bills might as well be playing in Russia. I don't think anybody's a Buffalo Bills fan here in the Bronx. So we're still waiting for this extra point. This is the longest extra point in the history of mankind. What the hell's taking so long? I don't know. And the extra point is blocked after all of that. So they'll have to settle for a 20-point lead. An extra point is no good. Let's see if that gives New England any spunk. As I mentioned, I was a Washington fan back in the day. Still am, but I'm not as passionate as I was. Just trying to get there. But if I got to root for a team called the Washington Admirals, it's not going to be pretty. But one of the worst days as a Washington fan is when they got hammered against the Raiders. And just everything went wrong that day for them. It started off with a block punt for a touchdown, and it just never went right. That game was way over by the time Marcus Allen had that big run that you always see. But one of the things John Riggins said years later is the thing that really took the wind out of their sails was Mosley's missed extra point. Washington started the third quarter down 21-3. Theismann finally got it cooking on the opening drive in the third quarter. They get a touchdown. Extra point would have made it 21-10. They missed the extra point. It's 21-9, and Washington was just like, man, what else is going to go wrong? According to Riggins, Riggins said this. I'm not making this up. And Washington didn't score again. They finished the game with 9 points. Now, obviously, this missed extra point is much different in the sense that Buffalo's the team ahead and not trying to come back. But does that do anything for the Patriots here? They do return the kickoff. They get to about the 20. Now we'll see what Belichick draws up for the rookie. Obviously, Belichick's not the offensive coordinator, but still. What can they do with Mac Jones now? If I'm the offensive coordinator, I don't think I try and open up just yet and try and get it all back. But they are in the shotgun, so let's see. And one man in the backfield for New England. Drop back, quick pass to the swing pass to the running back. They get a couple of yards there. Not bad. If I'm New England, I still run my offense. I still just try and get a drive going. Try and keep my defense off the field. I think that's the most important thing right now. Not a quick strike downfield. You still have plenty of time to go in this half to get a good drive going. They've only had the ball 6 minutes and 38 seconds in this first half, the Patriots do. And you got a whole half to play. But let's see, 2nd and 6. 2 men in the backfield with Jones in the shotgun. Snap is good. He drops back. He has protection. Looks downfield. Big strike downfield, and nobody's there. Incomplete. He had the time, but I don't know. It looked like Henry was the intended receiver, but that pass was nowhere near him. 3rd and 6. If the New England wants to stay in this game, they got to convert here. 6:26 to go in the second quarter. Jones out of the shotgun again. One man in the backfield with him. Snap is good. Pressure coming in. Quick throw. Incomplete downfield, but there is a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be against Buffalo. Legal hands to the face, maybe. That'll be an automatic first down. I don't think they're going to get him for a pass interference, but it's going to be a flag that results in a first down. Maybe it is pass interference. It is. So they get the first down and they get the yardage. Oh yeah, handful of the back of the jersey for Aguilar. I don't know how. If you're Buffalo, you argue that one. Big break there for Jones. Big break for the Patriots all around. They keep possession. Jones at his center, I formation, pitch to the running back, gets a couple of yards, gets to the 50-yard line. Exactly what New England needed there. Now you see they're calling some of their normal plays. Still plenty of time. They're at midfield. 6 minutes rather to go. 2nd and 7. The entire playbook should be available for this kid. And the last 5 first-round rookies to start the postseason: Mark Sanchez, Andrew Luck, RG3, Lamar Jackson, and now Jones. So I forgot about those guys, Jackson, Luck, and RG3. I went on, there's a sack. Oof, 2nd and 7. Buffalo comes up with the pressure and the sack. That hurts. I mentioned Marino, who's probably the most spectacular rookie of all time, and Lamar Jackson, both losing in their postseason starts. That was a tough one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Buffalo gets the momentum right back. 3rd and 15. 5 minutes to go in this quarter and the half. Shotgun formation for Jones. Are they going to come with pressure again? They're showing blitz. Now they're backing off, and it looks like we got a flag. Play is stopped, but I don't see any laundry. Now we see a flag. It looks like false start on New England, so that's going to drop them back another 5. No delay of game. They didn't get it off. Not a false start, a delay of game. Either way, you got to contribute that to the crowd noise. New England looks a little out of sync now. 3rd and 20. Jones out of the shotgun. A wing and a prayer now. He throws it. Ball is caught way short of the first down to get it to about midfield. So that'll put New England in a position to pin the Bills back. That's about the best situation that they have right now. They need a good punt. They need to get this ball inside the 10. And they need to play some defense. It's been hard. The defense has been on the field for most of the game. But let's see what happens with the punt. It looks like it's going to be fielded at the 10 and not much after that. So not as good as you would want if you're the Patriots. It's not inside the 10, but it's still good field position for the defense to work with. And you wonder what the Bills are going to do now. So that their defense chips in on this game with the big sack. 20-0 Buffalo. I expect them to have a pretty conservative drive here. Look for some short passes to Singletary, or they might even just go run heavy here. They might try and get Diggs involved on a screen pass as well. So here we are. We're getting cozy on the couch here on this NFL Saturday. First game went down to the wire when it seemed like the Bengals had the game in hand for pretty much the entire game. At least that was the impression I got. And then the next thing you know, Derek Carr has a chance to get in the end zone and play for the tie. Wasn't to be. Bengals defense stepped up. I was kind of mad. I mean, first of all, I picked the Raiders to win, so obviously that didn't work out for me. But I wanted to see them get in the end zone because I'm telling you, if I were the Raiders, everything was going their way. You get in the end zone, you don't want to go to overtime. Go for the deuce. I would have went for the deuce. Probably would have got fired if I didn't make it, but he's an interim coach anyway. I would have loved to have seen that. Obviously, they probably would have kicked the extra point, and then we would have had a whole overtime drama. But none of that was to be. And you wonder how long this game will still be interesting. There's still a chance. Obviously, New England's defense has to come up with something. They haven't been able to do anything. The Bills have owned the time of possession. They own the scoreboard. The only thing that the Patriots managed to do well is block the extra point. So here we go. Bad field position. Let's see what Allen does. He's had a great game so far. 3:44 to go in the half. Ball right on the 10-yard line. Shotgun formation. Quick throw out to McKenzie, and McKenzie gets the first down and then some. Quick pass. I mean, that I don't understand. If you're New England, that's exactly what you got to be looking for. And they didn't even come close. Good move by McKenzie there, but how are you not all over that if you're the Patriots defense? That's the biggest high percentage play there, and they get the first down, and then they get themselves some breathing room. Now they could open up the playbook a little bit more and try and add to the lead. Shotgun formation, man in motion, one man in the backfield. Allen's going for the big bomb to Diggs, and it's complete. Perfect strike to Stephon Diggs downfield. And that's exactly what that little screen pass did. It gave them the chance to open up the playbook, and they did. They went downfield. Big bomb there. Allen, when he's clicking, he's a beautiful quarterback to watch. And obviously, Stephon Diggs coming over from Minnesota, they've had a great relationship on and off the field. From what I hear, they play video games together in their spare time. Video games make the world go around. If you see a miserable on the street, I guarantee you they don't play video games. Here comes Allen out of the shotgun, calls a quick timeout. That puts Buffalo at about the 27. Allen goes over and pumped up. Has some words of encouragement for Diggs. And it looks like we're going to go to commercial. This AFC wildcard game has been all the Buffalo Bills, the Bills Mafia. Kyle Brandt. I was told Kyle Brandt is going to be there. He's been all over Buffalo for quite some time. Mike Robinson has been all over Buffalo for quite some time. These guys are probably all excited right now. Dominic Moe. I don't know what the future of first down with Zoot and Mo is. I think Zoot and Mo is first down with Zoot and Mo is dead on arrival. But Mo's been on Buffalo all year. However, I'm going to call Mo out. He'll probably never hear this. We were having a discussion today, and Mo was like, yeah, I've been on the Titans and the Bills all year. I called him out on that because he's one of the guys I talked to in a group chat, and I texted these guys before the season started. I was like, my Super Bowl pick, I like the Titans and the Niners to go to the Super Bowl. And I literally got ghosted. Neither guy in the group chat even mentioned it. Until then the season started, and they all started goofing on me for picking the Niners. Don't look so stupid now, do I? But anyway, never mind all that. I put Mo to the task. I said, okay, what happens if the Bills and Titans play each other? Who do you like? and he said, I got to go with the Titans then. I wonder if he'd change his mind after seeing how good the Bills are playing in this uh, half. Now, obviously, if that game does come to fruition, it will be played in Tennessee, and it looks like Tennessee has Derrick Henry back. But all that is getting ahead of ourselves. But right now, Buffalo's in great shape to advance. We already know the Titans are going to be playing next week. We just don't know who's going to play who yet. With the Bengals winning, a lot hangs in the balance with the Chiefs and the Steelers tomorrow. And we'll talk more about that. But right now, we're back to live action. Josh Allen under the shotgun, 1st and 10. Play action pass. Allen rolls out. He keeps it. He's scrambling. He gets the first, slides a little bit before the first down, it looks like. He didn't want to take a chance there. If you don't know, when a quarterback slides, you're not allowed to touch him. And wherever the slide begins is where you spot the ball. So once he slides forward, he's not allowed to get hit. But where the slide starts is where the ball stays. So it looks like he's. Did they give him the first down? I'm not sure. They went to commercial break. So if Kansas City wins against Pittsburgh, let me see if I can get this right off the top of my head. Kansas City, as the 2 seed, would play. Would play. Wait a minute, I just drew a brain fart. It's too many damn games to keep up with. So tomorrow you have. Who's playing tomorrow? Buffalo. Yeah, we have the 2 games played today. So the Titans, it's never going to try and work something out like this without thinking about it beforehand. So Titans play the lowest seed left. So that would be. See, the thing is, I don't know. Who the hell's the higher seed? The Bengals? Well, if the Bills win, I think you get Tennessee and the Bengals. I think. Because I think Buffalo was rated higher, right? They're ranked higher. Let me check that real quick. Let's look. I need to know the seedings. And for some reason, I'm drawing a brain fart. I don't remember. I know the Chiefs are the 2 seed. The Steelers are the 7 seed. Let's see. Uh, okay, Buffalo is 4. Okay, so hey, if. So that means. Oh, no, wait a minute. This is old. So Cincinnati is 3. So interesting. If Buffalo wins and if Kansas City wins, uh, I'm totally confused. Why can't I figure this out? Anyway, I'll try and figure it out at halftime. We still got a few minutes to go in this first half, and Buffalo is in the red zone. 2nd and 1. Big formation. This time they do hand it off to Singletary. He gets the first down and then some. He's making a break for the end zone, and he's going to get in. Devin Singletary with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the half, and Buffalo is going to go up 26-0. So Kansas City will play Cincinnati if they win. And that means Buffalo and the Titans. There you go. I figured it out. When I wasn't thinking about it, I figured it out. Funny how that works. So there's still a lot to be determined. Is if Pittsburgh wins, they'll go to Tennessee. So What does all this mean? It's possible that Mo will get his super matchup before the AFC Championship game between his Bills and his Titans. Even though the Titans really belong to me because I'm the team that predicted them to win the Super Bowl before the damn season started. Extra point is good this time. Does anybody care? I don't know. 27 nothing. Does this game have any chance anymore of being competitive? Probably not, but we'll stick with it a little longer. As somebody who loves boxing, boxing is actually my number one sport. I don't know if I'm going to stick with this the whole time. I might, there's some boxing on ESPN at 10 o'clock start. Exciting light heavyweight champion Joe Smith in action. I really thought this was going to be a tight game. While I thought Buffalo was going to win, I predicted Buffalo. I wasn't expecting this. So let's see how they can respond. But 27 nothing with a rookie quarterback on the road. You couldn't dig yourself a bigger hole. So maybe I'm nuts, and maybe Mo's nuts, and maybe Kong is nuts. I don't know what Kong is tonight. He's enjoying the chat. But all three of us said the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to win. Now, I gave myself a little mulligan when I said that. I think if Najee Harris, the rookie running back for the Steelers, is healthy and plays, I think I like the Steelers to pull off the upset. But I'm not so sure that's going to happen. And from what I saw, Harris might not even play. And if he does play, he's not going to be healthy. I mean, barring a huge upset, which would happen if the Steelers won. Looks like Tennessee plays Buffalo next week, and Kansas City plays Cincinnati. I don't know about you, but the way the Bills are playing right now, I'd rather play Cincinnati if I'm the Chiefs. Obviously, the Chiefs got to win first to think about that, but I don't know. I'm allowed to throw that out there. What do you think? NFC, there's too many games left in the NFC. All the games after tonight are NFC games, so we don't know what's happening there. You got the Eagles, Bucks, and you got the Niners in Dallas, and then the Rams, Zona Monday. So we only have one AFC game left. First down completion for Mac Jones. Obviously now you guys got to throw. Minute 47 left to go in the half. You want to end this quarter and this half with points. If you're in New England, you want to end with points. You get the ball back, start of the third quarter. If you can end with points, you still could salvage something. Albeit it'll be hard, but you give yourself a better chance. Quick completion there to Bolden, not much there. Clock keeps running, minute 35 to go. New England does have two timeouts. There goes Jones again, good protection. Another high percentage pass completion at about the 40-yard line. Still not at midfield. And it's going to be third down. So short passes. Buffalo will give them that all day. They need to convert on this third down. They need 3 yards to get this first down. Let's see what happens. Jones out of the shotgun. Blitz coming. He gets it off. First down. And the running back gets out of bounds to stop the clock. It looked like for a minute there, Bolden, who's a rookie, was trying to make more of it, but he needed to get out of bounds, and he did. Approaching halftime, Patriots still have a chance to add points before they go into the locker room. Jones out of the shotgun. So far, he's orchestrating a decent enough drive. Now here comes pressure. He scrambles out of the way, and he slides right after midfield. He's going to have to clock it here on second down, I think, or call the time. Looks like he's signaling for the clock for the spike to clock the ball, and that's exactly what happened. No, fake clock. He outdid himself. He faked the clock, tried to do a little la la Dan Marino, but he got sacked. Dan Marino, I mentioned how he was the spectacular rookie. Probably, probably one of his best moments is that fake spike against the Jets. But they were in the freaking red zone when they did that, not at midfield down 26, 27, nothing. So that sack makes it 3rd and 13, and it's less likely now that the Patriots are going to be able to add points. Now it's Hail Mary time. 30 seconds to go. Mac Jones is going to have to wing it. At the very least, try and get in field goal range. They'll take a 27-3 deficit at this point. They haven't had field position all game. It's been a disaster for New England. Time, pass over the middle, receiver falls down. Still not close to field goal range. New England one timeout and they use it. 20 seconds to go. So they right now, you just throw downfield, throw to the end zone, hope for a flag, hope for something. Important thing is you get the pass off. Got to watch that. Got to watch the pressure. And there's nothing but pressure now on this rookie quarterback. But if you want to look at the bright side, let's first watch this pass. Jones out of the shotgun. 4th and 5. So this could possibly be the last pass of the half if they don't convert. Jones goes downfield, hits the receiver, but they don't have a timeout. But they should be in good shape to clock it. I don't know how much time will be left after they do that. We're looking at about 6 seconds. 6 seconds. Do you take a shot at the end zone or do you go for the field goal? They're on about the 30-yard line. About the 26, 27-yard line. Let's see. I would go for the end zone. Field goals, I don't know if field goals are going to help you in this game. But it doesn't look like they're going to listen to me. It looks like they're going to kick the field goal. 44-yard attempt for Folk, who every week has knee trouble, but every week he plays and he plays well. But there is a timeout. The kick was good, but it's not going to count. New England called it. New England called a timeout? No, Buffalo called a timeout. New England couldn't call a timeout. They didn't have any. So Buffalo called a timeout to ice the veteran Nick Folk. So he has to kick it again. It seems like just about every week, Folk's on the injury report is questionable with a knee, and he's always there, and he always does a good job. So he's going to have to kick this one a second time. And they set up. Snap is good. Kick is good. So they do win the battle there of not getting shut out, but it's a minuscule battle at best. 27-3. There is 1 second to go. New England does get the ball in the third quarter. But they got a large deficit to climb. They can't afford long drives. They're going to take up a lot of clock. Just a perfect half. 18 minutes and 9 seconds time of possession for Buffalo. 300 total yards. Total yards for New England in the half, $127. And one of the biggest stats of the game, an interception in the end zone by Mac Jones, along with that drop pass by Bolton. Those would, I mean, as well as Buffalo played, those two things really put the Patriots' backs against the wall. So with 1 second to go, Patriots are going to have to kick it. Swib kick. Buffalo fields it, and they just take a knee. They said, let's get this over with. Let's go into this third quarter. So Belichick, hoodie on display as well as a big mask, finds himself in a big hole, barring a big, big surge in this second half. He's going to be one and done in this playoffs. That's the end of the first half. We'll be back soon. Alrighty, welcome back to Zoots Sports Talk as we give you the NFL Wild Card Weekend straight up with no twist. And it's been a disastrous first half for the rookie Mac Jones. And we were talking about the history of the rookie quarterbacks and how well that they have been able to do in the playoffs. And I knew it wasn't good, the history of rookies. And now I have the numbers in front of me. So a few rookie quarterbacks have won two playoff games, and that's been it. No rookie quarterback has ever won more than two playoff games. So the quarterbacks who have won two playoff games: Mark Sanchez of the Jets, Joe Flacco of the Baltimore Ravens, Elvis Gerbach, San Francisco. He did that in 1994. Gifford Nielsen, anybody remember him? 1978 Houston Oilers. Mike Ray, 1976 with Oakland. Bob Lee, 1969 Minnesota. Tom Dubinsky, 1952 with the Detroit Lions. John Warfield last year with the Rams. Oh, he only won one. So Dubinsky was the last guy to win two. And a bunch of guys have won one: Garoppolo, Russell Wilson, uh, Roethlisberger. Those are like pretty much the biggest names that won one playoff game. Pat Hayden won one playoff game with the Rams in '76. So obviously not much happening with the rookies in NFL history as far as quarterbacks and winning playoff games go. So I think Mark Sanchez and the rest of that group will continue with their record unless we see a huge turnaround by Mac Jones and the Patriots. Only rookie to make the playoffs, but it looks like he's on his way to being one and done. But looking at this list, the name that sticks out to me that I want to look at right now is Mike Ray of the 1976 Oakland Raiders. The 1976 Oakland Raiders won the Super Bowl, and Ken Stabler was their quarterback. And I'm confused. So does that mean I'm looking at the Raiders right now from 19? Does that mean Stabler didn't play in two of the games? Is that possible? So 1976, the Raiders only lost one game all year. They only played 14 games back then. The Raiders finished 13 and 1. The one loss was to the New England Patriots. And then they played the Patriots in the first round of the playoffs, beat them 24-21, and that game is most known for uh, New England getting robbed, so to speak, a really bad personal foul call on called against the Patriots benefited the Raiders and gave them the win. But I never knew, and I consider myself a pretty good football historian from the 70s on. I don't pretend to know as much as from the NFL in the 60s. I know pretty much what everybody knows. But I never realized that Ken Stabler did not play. If Mike Ray's credited for two wins, I'm totally confused. Unless it was the 75 season. Yeah, because I could have sworn Stabler played that whole 76. Yep, he did. So what that means is it must have been the 75 season. So let's go back. Because the playoff games from the 75 season would have been played in the calendar year of 1976. So I guess that's how they did it. But still, I'm confused. Unless it wasn't, I don't know, this is not making any sense to me. 1975 Oakland Raiders finished 11 and 3, lost to champ. I don't understand this. Let me go back. I had to read something wrong. Uh, Mike Ray, 1976, Oakland. Yeah, no. Oh, I see. All right, forget all that. So we have to change things here. This is a weird stat. Okay, so Mike Ray was a rookie, but he didn't have any completions or attempts in the game. So why the hell are they giving him credit for winning? Same thing with Gifford Nielsen. Makes no sense. So the rookie success, now really looking at this page, it gets even worse because the only two rookies that are credited with 2 wins actually played significantly in their game. Mark Sanchez is given credit for 2 wins, 3 games, 2 wins as a rookie, and the combined numbers were 41 of 68 for 539 yards. Joe Flacco, also credited with 2 wins as a rookie in 3 games, and he has 33 of 75 for 437. All the other rookies credited with 2 wins have no pass attempts. So why the hell? I don't know. This is weird. Let me go back and look at another page. There's a stupid page. Oh, let's see. Because they didn't play the game. Why are they giving credit for a win? I'm totally confused. All right, so this is a little bit of a better page here. Now, all right, now we have rookies who actually started the game. And Sanchez and Flacco are the only two rookies to start in the NFL to have 2 wins. They both, in their rookie campaign, were 2-1. The only other rookies to win their playoff starts, at least one playoff start, was Russell Wilson. He's finished at 1-1 in 2012. And Ben Roethlisberger finished 1-1 in 2004. And even though you came over from Canada, Dieter Brock was given credit as a rookie. The Rams in 1985, he was 1-1. So here we go. So let's look at the whole list of rookies who actually started a playoff game. Russell Wilson, Robert Griffin III, Andrew Luck, Andy Dalton. Griffin, Luck, and Dalton all lost. I already mentioned Sanchez and Flacco. Matt Ryan lost. Jim Everett in 86 lost. Bernie Kosar in 85 lost. And I already mentioned Marino in 83 and he lost. So all that means is Mac Jones had an unbelievable mountain to climb, and it looks like he's going to join Luck, Dalton, Marino, Everett, Kosar as RG3 as rookie quarterbacks who've lost their start. So there you go. That makes more sense. I don't know what that other page was. So I was like, I never heard of Mike Ray, and I can't. And as far as I knew, Stabler started those games in '76. So there you go. Confusion. So even bleaker than I thought, right? One, two, three, four, only five. Counting Dieter Brock, only five rookie quarterbacks have won a playoff game. I don't know if this goes back before the Super Bowl era or not, but right now the third quarter has started. So I'm not going to investigate this anymore. I don't want to get more confused than what I already was a few minutes ago. But no, I'm glad I cleared all of that up. And Joe Flacco obviously went on to win a Super Bowl, as did Russell Wilson. Matt Sanchez lost two championship games, and now he finds himself in the announcing role. But here we go. Mac Jones out of the shotgun, down 27-3. Let's see how they respond. Handoff out of the shotgun for a couple of yards on first down for New England. It'd be interesting to see. New England had. Well, they can't keep punting away, right? They got to get in the end zone, and they got to try and get off to a fast start. Second and 7, Jones under center. Play action pass, pressure's coming. He does get off a screen pass. He gets some good blocking in the first down. The pressure came heavy, and Jones did a good job of getting it off to the running back. A little shaken up after that. Let's see on the replay how badly he got hit. He just got a little shoved, and it wasn't really, the pressure was there, but they didn't really nail him. Just a little shove. But he fell right on his behind. In this cold weather, I'm sure that wasn't fun. But he's back on his feet out of the shotgun. Another handoff out of the shotgun. Another big yards by the running back to get across the midfield. Another first down run. Midfield. A good start for the Patriots here in this third quarter. Down 27-3. There's no more fooling around. Desperation time. And Harris got off a good run. And now he's going to the sidelines. First and 10. Jones on the center, one running back in the backfield. Quick pass, slant pass up in the air, tipped and picked off. Another interception on the slant. Ball popped out, and the Bills defender was right there for the cookies. Cookies and milk, almond milk, of course. But that I don't like to call a game so early, but that's dreadful for the Patriots. They had a good drive going and another interception. So now Josh Allen and the Bills get another chance to dominate on offense. So now two interceptions in this game. I'm not going to do it now, but it'd be interesting to see what the stats were for those other quarterbacks in their losing efforts. I know Marino threw at least two in that rookie game against the Seahawks. I remember that game very well. That's when that was in 1983 season, calendar year of 80, January of 84. That was the year Washington was on the move to win back-to-back Super Bowls. I was all over the NFL playoffs that year. And Marino was like a rookie sensation. And it was they were considered, the Dolphins were considered not the favorites to win the whole thing, but they were certainly favored to beat the Seahawks. And Marino had a very good first half, and then they kind of figured him out in the second half, and he didn't have a good second half. And the Seahawks obviously went on to play the Raiders in the championship game. At that time, the Los Angeles Raiders. Now they're the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders like to move around. And it's a big upset. Dave Craig, quarterback of the Seahawks, probably with his biggest moment. The Raiders won their championship game pretty handily. Washington, on the other side of things, they hammered the Los Angeles Rams in their first playoff game. They dropped like 50 something on them. And then they barely escaped in the championship game against Montana and the Niners. 24-21. Mosley hit a last second field goal. Now, a lot of people want to cry that Montana and the 49ers were robbed in that championship game with a couple of questionable pass interference calls on the last drive that gave Washington the go-ahead field goal. But Washington dominated that game, and if it wasn't for Mark up until like the fourth quarter when Montana got cooking, but Mosley missed something like 4 or 5 field goals in that game. If Mosley would have hit his field goals, uh, then the Niners wouldn't have had a chance for that comeback to tie it up at 21 apiece. And then Mosley finally hit a field goal to take the lead late. And Washington went on to their second straight Super Bowl, but back-to-back championships was not in the cards for them. Back to live action is now 2nd and 8 for Buffalo. Josh Allen out of the shotgun. Single man in the backfield. Good protection. Little slant to number 41. Good second down yardage rather. We're going to be looking at like a 3rd and 3 or 4. So it's important for the Patriots to get a stop here. 3rd and 4. Because the time of possession has just been crazy in the favor of Buffalo. They've scored a touchdown on every possession. So big 3rd down and 4 here. Brian Daboll, offensive coordinator for the Bills, is having himself a hell of a game. 3rd and 4, all kinds of time for Allen. Little swing pass to the sidelines. 1st down is for Singletary. None of his major options were open. He just dumped it off to Singletary, and Singletary got himself a 1st down. Dominant. I'll stay with this until the 3rd quarter. If there's not a major turnaround, we're not going to stick around for 4 quarters in this one. This one, it's all Buffalo. 1st and 10 now. Allen out of the shotgun. Another high percentage pass to Singletary out of the backfield. Gets about 5 or 6 yards on that 1st down play. And if you're the New England Patriots, you're not one of those teams that's going to look at this as a failed season. I wouldn't think so, even if they continue to get hammered here. You didn't make the playoffs last year. You made a lot of big moves. You obviously saw yourselves a nice future with this rookie quarterback. Kind of playing with house money here, I would think. I know Belichick's not going to look at it that way. But if you're a Patriots fan, that's the only way you can look at it. And reverse play, a big run, 1st down run for McKenzie. He's had a good big impact on this game too. Out of the shotgun. No, it was a straight handoff out of the shotgun, and McKenzie follows his blockers, gets the 1st down, and then some. Bills look like they're already in the red zone. So Bills looking for another touchdown. 4 already. Each possession has resulted in them getting in the end zone. Here comes Allen, empty backfield out of the shotgun. Quick pass to number 11. There's a flag on the play. That's Beasley, not Weasley from Hogwarts. Beasley from Buffalo. First time we've heard him all game. And that's not even going to count. The flag is against Buffalo. Beasley was a big part of the Bills' offense last year out of the slot. He's had himself a couple of decent games this year, but they haven't got to him much lately. I don't know. I think he's had some injury problems. It's one of those anti-vaccination guys too. Singletary in the backfield. Jones out of the shotgun. Four wide receivers wide for Buffalo. They're looking to get in the end zone. And Allen fakes the handoff and he takes a big shot in the end zone and he's got his receiver. Touchdown, Buffalo Bills. Number one with a touchdown. So he's going to everybody. It's Emmanuel Sanders there. And unlike last year, it hasn't been a dominant combination of Allen Diggs. Allen's throwing he's inviting everybody to party. And this one is just about over. Yeah, if you looked at this game realistically, you had to feel good about Buffalo's chances. But I think this even surpasses, and they're going to miss another extra point. I guess you have to have something bad happen. So that's the second extra point miss, and that one was just a shank. It's not going to matter in this game, but in tight playoff games, you want to be able to rely on your kicker. As I mentioned earlier, Mark Mosley, who I think is the only kicker in NFL history to win an NFL MVP. He was the NFL MVP for Washington in 1982 when they did go on to win the Super Bowl. But they weren't able to depend on him in that 1983 championship game against the Niners, and it almost costed them. And then, according to John Riggins, his missed extra point in the Super Bowl was the final deflation for Washington. It wasn't Theismann's last second interception at the half, according to Riggins. Who knows if, but I tend to believe him. He said the team, they were down 21-3 now. They were down 14-3, and then that ill-advised pass by Theismann made it 21-3 going into halftime. But Riggins said we didn't feel like we were out of the game. We had a big offense, and we knew we could come back. And they did come back at the start of that opening possession in the third quarter and got a touchdown. And then Mosley goes and botches the extra point. At that time, 2-point conversions weren't an option in the NFL. And then according to number 44, that was it. The Redskins had no life after that extra point miss. Soon to be maybe the Admirals or the Commanders, I don't know. Washington gets a new name early February is what I'm told. So the two next extra points might be something that you look at down the road in these other playoff games. You can't think that Buffalo's going to have a laugher in the next couple of rounds, especially if they got to go to Tennessee next week. Field goals, extra points, all those things are important. So this is the first time in a long time that the Bills Mafia is out in full force in a playoff game. This stadium is filled to the brim. Last year they could not have full capacity in their playoff game at home, but now they do. And you wonder if the way these playoffs are going to go, if they're going to get a chance to get another home game. With the Bengals as the number 3 seed already winning, there's no way Buffalo can get a home game next week. If I'm understanding this wacky playoff scenario correctly. Tennessee's home game is baked in the cake. And even if Pittsburgh beats the number 2 seeded Chiefs, the Bengals would be next in line at number 3 to get the home game. So the Bills know that. They have to know that. They know next week they're going to have to root for their team on their own. And I bet you there's a good representation of Buffalo Bills fans wherever they play next week. Mac Jones now, all you could do now is throw and hope for the best. They're down 33 to 3. They don't have many options. Quick pass there. 5 possessions for Buffalo, 5 touchdowns. 3 of those possessions for more than 5 minutes. Total domination. Mac Jones out of the shotgun, 2nd and 3. Dump off passes complete, but the Bills will give them that all day. They're going to be shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and short. So looking at the matchups, the potential matchups next week, let's say if things follow the chalk, Kansas City wins, Buffalo at Tennessee, Cincinnati at Kansas City. I would think that Tennessee would much rather play Cincinnati than Kansas City, than Buffalo rather. Cincinnati did not look as strong as the Bills are looking today. There's a big catch by New England downfield to get inside the 30. They're still fighting. Big 3rd down throw by Mac Jones. But the clock is against them. Obviously, the scoreboard's against them, but so is the clock. If you're the Buffalo defense, your job is not to give up an easy strike for a touchdown. If they're going to get in the end zone, make them work for it. Make the clock go against them. And right now, there's only 6:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. A reverse trick play by New England works. They get a lot of yards. They get inside the 20. And they're down, right? So now red zone territory for New England. I think the first time in the whole game, red zone territory. So if you're a Patriots fan, you like the fight here. You say to yourselves, things could have went the other way if Bolden would have caught that pass early on. The second interception was off of a tip. You can't kill Jones for that. We do have a man down for Buffalo. I'm not sure who that is, but they are going into a commercial break for the injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But New England, they're in a terrible position, no doubt about it. NFC, still a lot to be decided. They still have 3 games left in this wild card weekend. There was 6 games in total set up for Super Wild Card weekend, 12 teams. If you're somebody that worries about predictions, right now it looks like I'm going to go 1-1. I had the Raiders in an upset. That didn't come to fruition. I predicted Buffalo to win this game. Tomorrow, I like Tampa Bay easy over the Eagles. I can't see that game even being competitive, but we'll see. I like the Niners over the Cowboys. Even if I didn't pick the Niners preseason to go to the Super Bowl, I would like their chances against the Cowboys. I just think the Cowboys are pretenders, right? They really haven't beaten any really good teams, right? They did a good job against their division, which is terrible. They beat the Patriots early in the year where they gave up a ton of points. And the Chargers was a good win. I mean, how many other good teams has Dallas beaten? I mean, they had that great game against the Eagles to close out, but I don't think the Eagles are that good either. I think the Eagles, who the hell did the Eagles beat? Right? Let me make sure I'm not talking out of turn. Let's look at the Cowboys' schedule. And let's see how many solid teams they have beaten this year. Let's see. Jones, incomplete pass, red zone attempt here now for the Patriots as they try and pull up the Cowboys schedule. Why can't I find it? What's going on here? All right, here we go. Shotgun formation for Jones. I'll get you the schedule as soon as this possession is over. Jones with time. Slant complete, but short, way short of the end zone, way short of the first down marker. It's going to be third and a couple, maybe even third and three, depending on the spot. So Dallas's schedule beat week one. They lose to Tampa. They beat the Chargers by a field goal. And keep in mind the Chargers did not even make the playoffs, although you can't consider them a good team. Beat the Eagles, who I don't think are any good. Beat the Panthers, who are a joke. And Jones does convert on the 3rd and 6, so now we're looking at first and goal. Beat the Giants. Need I say more? Beat the Patriots, their first playoff team that they beat. Beat Minnesota. Okay, not bad. Even though Minnesota didn't make the playoffs, they're not. They lost to Denver, and they lost badly to Denver. They beat up on the Falcons, who's not a good team. They lost to the Chiefs. They lost to the Raiders. Beat the Saints, who were not that great. Beat Washington, who was bad. Beat the Giants again. Beat Washington again. Lost to the Cardinals. I mean, come on. They're the biggest pretenders of all time. They don't have they haven't beaten a team as good as the Niners all year. I don't care what anybody says. So I like the Niners. The one thing the Cowboys got going for them is they're home, but and they probably have an edge at quarterback. I'll say that much. But I think every other check mark goes in the favor of the Niners. Play action pass. Jones trying to get it in the end zone, second and goal, and he's got to throw it away. There's obviously 4 down territory, so he's got 2 more chances to get a touchdown for the first time in this game. I like the Niners running game better. Even though they might have more quantity, I think the quality of the receivers, especially with Kittle, you got to give the 49ers the edge there. I like the 49ers defense better. 49ers have a better offensive line. And the coaches don't let me get even started. Third and goal, incomplete. One more chance to get in the end zone. Kyle Shanahan is a fantastic coach. X and O's, all of that. I mean, he's I mean, talking about a guy that already got to a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. Where on the other side of things, Mike McCarthy, I think, is a mental midget. I don't know how that guy's a coach. If the game is close, he'll figure out a way to blow it. I could promise you. So here we go. Third and goal, empty backfield. Jones out of the shotgun. Sorry, fourth and goal. Fade pass, wide open, touchdown to Bourne. Number 84, wide open. How did he get so wide open? Obviously, his game is way out of hand, but he just beat the coverage, single coverage, and he got in the back of the end zone, and Jones made the strike that he needed to. I just can't see, other than home field advantage, I can't see how you like Dallas over the Niners. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, there's only one way to find out. I was certainly wrong about Joe Burrow today. Although I came damn close to getting a tie at the end. Extra point won't make it 33-10. Unless it doesn't look like. Are they going for? No, they're going for the extra point. Jones is sitting. And in the night game, I was just looking at the matchups, and I'm liking the Steelers if Najee Harris is healthy. Let's face it, Patrick Mahomes in the extra point will be good. We're looking at a 33-10 game. So if you're the Patriots and you're a diehard Patriots fan, you're probably not giving up hope. But obviously you need a defensive stop coming up. If you get a defensive stop coming up, you might be able to have a conversation for sticking around. But Mahomes hasn't been great. Edwards-Helaire is not playing. I think TJ Watt's going to be a factor. I think the defense is going to be a factor. And a healthy Harris, I think the Steelers could do a good job running. I think Roethlisberger, obviously he can't throw downfield, but I think you could think and dunk. And this Chiefs team, although they've been playing great defensive lately, I think you can move the ball on them. But let me look at the injury report and see the status of Harris. If Harris can't play or if he's severely banged up, then all bets are off. I don't think the Steelers can win. Looks like Harris was full practice on Friday, so that makes me feel a little bit better. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, the Steelers squeaked in. Not many people were thinking they were getting into the playoffs. A lot of people thought Week 17 was the final game of the Hall of Fame career for Ben Roethlisberger. Now, everybody knew there was an outside scenario for the Steelers, but that outside scenario meant that the Colts were going to have to shit the bed against the Jaguars. And most people thought that was an impossibility. The same way Kay wasn't getting the kids. It was an impossibility. It wasn't going to happen. But lo and behold, it did happen. You get that Godfather reference? And speaking of the Godfather and that whole legendary scene when Michael tells Kay he's not getting the kids, she's not getting the kids, it's an impossibility. It could never happen. Although I'm one that didn't think The Godfather 3 was terrible, I did think they did a terrible job with all of the kids of the Corleone clan. I mean, what the hell happened? The only two kids they gave a good storyline to was Michael's daughter Mary and Sonny's illegitimate kid. What the hell happened to all those other kids? Sonny had other kids. You didn't hear shit from them in Godfather. Well, you don't know what happened to them. And Michael's son Anthony grows up to be a dopey opera singer. They couldn't think of a better storyline for the kids. I don't know. With that being said, I thought Godfather 3 was decent, especially what they had to work with. I thought it was a good storyline. I thought it was the right thing to do for Michael to show remorse. I like the whole storyline with the church. But man, they could have went so many better ways with the Corleone kids, and they just didn't make an attempt. Let's see what can Josh Allen ice this one. Hands off to Singletary on a delay, and Singletary runs for the first down. Not a good start for the Patriots defense, who have not been able to stop the Buffalo Bills the whole game. 5 touchdowns already. 3 passing by Allen, 2 runs by Singletary. Knox with a couple of touchdowns, and Emmanuel Sanders with a touchdown for the Bills. This time he fakes the handoff out of the shotgun, finds Knox. Knox gets about 8 yards on that first down catch. A little stiff arm by Knox to get a couple extra yards. He's about a yard short. No, they called him out earlier, so it's 2nd and 3. Knox, 2 touchdowns, 50 receiving yards. Big day for him. Allen, 17 to 21 for 230 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Handoff now to Singletary. Doesn't get much, maybe a yard. So they're going to be 3rd and 2. And last time I was on the air talking football, I had told you guys that last week, week 17, wound up being my championship game for my fantasy football league. I was in one of those rare fantasy football leagues where the commissioner scheduled our Super Bowl the last week of the season. It's usually not done that way. But it certainly benefited me, and I wound up winning my championship game and taking the title in the fantasy. Quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1. Allen gets it. And who was my starting quarterback? Josh Allen. My other big studs on that team were Travis Kelce, but the biggest stud of all in the Week 17 performance was Mr. Jamar Chase. In that league, I drafted Jamar Chase in the 7th round. Next year, he's going to be a first-round pick. I was all over Jamar Chase right away, and he helped me get my first fantasy football league championship in like forever. Another big pass. This time Beasley does get a catch and a first down, and the Bills are marching. New England has no answer for them. Beasley was wide open, and he gets some good yards after the catch. And we will be exiting this one at the start of the 4th quarter. There's no reason to stick around. And another reason why I won my fantasy football season was a couple of nice pickups on the waiver wires for me. I picked up Deontay Foreman, the Titans running back, and he had a huge Week 16 performance for me. Not so much Week 17, but he did okay. And Lazard, the wide receiver from the Packers, he had a big last game. And I won my 16 game big. The championship game was a squeaker. I just barely held on. My opponent had Mike Williams of the Chargers. And when that freaking game, first of all, would never end, and then all of a sudden Herbert started passing to Williams all the time, I made it. I won by about 7 points. I essentially won my NFL fantasy championship because the Raiders won the coin toss to go into overtime. If the Chargers won that toss to go into overtime, I would have lost. No doubt about it. He would have got the yards and catches he needed with Mike Williams. And I would have wound up losing. So the New England Patriots are losing this game. They have yet to prevent the Bills from getting into the end zone. And the Bills are driving and on their way to add to their lead. We'll stick around until the start of the fourth quarter, and then we're going to get out of here. And I don't know when you're going to see me again. Probably do another NFL playoff game next week. I'll stream more boxing if I can figure out my technical difficulties with that. But Monday I'm taking a day off. Martin Luther King Day, I'm not working. So no NBA streaming on Monday. Tomorrow we got a nice triple header. We need some good games tomorrow. This game was a big, big letdown unless you're a Buffalo Bills fan or unless you put some big money on the Buffalo Bills. It was a big letdown. Even though I predicted Buffalo to win, I thought it was going to be tight. I thought in the fourth quarter, Allen was going to have to make some big throws to win, but obviously he's been making big throws the whole game. Actually, it is the start of the fourth quarter, but I will stick around to see if the Bills get another touchdown. After this Bills possession, we're going to get out of here. For all the talk about the weather, it really wasn't a big factor, I don't think. Especially for the Bills, they did exactly what they needed to do and weren't impeded by the -5 degrees with the wind chill at all. There's another first down run by Singletary. And what a long 17-week season. In the two games we've seen so far in this new season of the playoffs, I think it's clear that the Buffalo Bills have played the best football of the day. What will happen the rest of the weekend? There's still 4 more games to go, but right now, going into the second round of the playoffs, Buffalo Bills, you got to look at them a little differently than how they ended the season. Hands off to Singletary out of the shotgun, approaching the 20-yard line and past the 20-yard line. They can't bring Singletary down. They basically needed the whole Patriots team to bring him down. Numbers for Allen, 18 to 22. I mean, you can't get much better than that. 249 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 65 yards on the ground. And he hasn't really had to run all that much, and he still got 65 yards on the ground. So I think this is the Buffalo Bills team Dominic Moe has wanted to see all year. Will they have to go to Tennessee next week? Or will they find themselves in Cincinnati? And there's another touchdown pass. Gabriel Davis. Perfect strike from Josh Allen. Bills Mafia all over the place. And at this point in time, do you even let Josh Allen play anymore? I wouldn't even let him come out. I would let him sit and rest and watch the rest of this game, as most of the other big offensive weapons for Buffalo. Why would you let him continue to play? 4 touchdown passes. This extra point will make it a 40-10 game. I can't see the reason to bring Josh Allen out. The extra point is good. That's about the only interesting thing left in this game for me. Will Josh Allen come out for another possession? There's no need for that. For Bill Belichick, nice bounce back season, making the playoffs after missing the playoffs the year before and watching Tom Brady win a Super Bowl. They got themselves the steal of the draft in terms of quarterbacks with Mac Jones. He's clearly far ahead of the pack of all the other rookies, even Trevor Lawrence, I would think. Don't know if he's going to wind up with the best career. That's way too early, but they certainly got the best out of their draft pick, and they certainly have a good future with this kid. They'll continue to build. It just didn't work out for them today. They were outplayed. The big drop by Bolden certainly changed the momentum, but that Patriots defense got eaten alive today. There's nothing you could say about that. Well, hope you enjoyed the rest of the games, and we'll see you soon.